It's Ramsey Dewey. I'm here with Jordan Chow. We're here at the Animal MMA gym in Shanghai, China, and we had some questions about how to get up off the ground if you've been taken down in an MMA fight and the other guy's on top of you. There are a few positions we need to address. One, standing fighter versus downed fighter. Okay, whatever you do, keep your head as far away from the other guy as possible, right? It's a basic technical get up. But no one just stands there if they've just knocked you down. Here, Jordan, go down a second. Right, I've knocked him down. My goal is to finish the fight and beat him up and get a dominant position and do damage, right? So I'm not going to make it easy for him to get up. He won't make it easy for me, right? He's going to put some pressure on me. Why do we keep a hand up in a technical get up? Well, he's obviously punching at me and he's also putting pressure on me. Why am I jumping back? Well, because if I don't, here, Jordan, grab my leg as I come up. Put me back down on the floor. So that's a problem. I want to bring my legs as far away from him as possible. Not just my head, but the legs too. If he can grab a leg, if he can touch a foot, he can put me back on the floor. The sport of Brazilian Jiu-jitsu can often mal-equip people. Is that even a real word? Mal-inform people, give people the wrong idea about the goal of the guard in a fight. My goal in an MMA fight, primarily, number one, stand up. Secondary, sweep. Third, submission. We can do a technical get up from here. Same basic idea. Nobody makes it that easy. Here, Jordan, put pressure on me. Do not let me stand up. First thing he does is grab my leg. So I gotta make some frames. I can push with the feet. It's a bit of a fight. You gotta rep this stuff out. Remember the second thing, and the second S, stand up, then sweep. If I attempt to sweep, don't fall down, he's gonna try to stay on top. This can facilitate my stand-up. Okay, so if you don't know any sweeps, learn a couple. I got a few videos on sweeps on this channel. We got, basic shoulder bump, hip bump sweep. We got like a scissor sweep. Okay, we've got, what else? Whatever the heck that sweep is called. But people tend to be pretty decent at defending sweeps. But a sweep attempt creates space, which facilitates a get up. Okay, if you're watching this video though, you're probably stuck in a position like side control or mount. Here, take side control for a minute. And you're like, oh crap, what do? He's beating me up, he's winning. I don't have my legs under me. Well, let's try this. This hand right here, let's swim here for an underhook. Once I have this, I'm gonna grab the leg and I'm gonna work for a get up there, okay? He's got head and arm control, right? Ordinarily he'd be really tight, but otherwise he'd squish my microphone. So I'm gonna take this hand, maybe raise my hips, make a little space, reach under here, get an underhook. Once I have this underhook, look at all this space that I have. I can start to get up here. I can start to come down to the leg. If I want, I can start standing up. How about full mount? Well, you gotta know mount escapes, and I got a bunch of videos on that. There are a million videos on that on the internet. If I don't do anything, the referee will stop the fight very quickly, okay? So I've gotta understand some ways to get on top, right? Disengaging from here is pretty simple, okay? What else can we do? Okay, so all I'm doing, getting his weight forward, okay? I'm pulling on the hips, driving with the knee, raising the hips, okay? He's not gonna stay here for very long. He's gonna pop right back up and start throwing punches at me or trying to control me, right? So you've got a very brief moment. I'm going to bridge and lock my arms. Okay, I'm not bench pressing him. Okay, from here, I have a few options. An easy one is driving the in there. This right here, we could go for leg locks, but let's not get fancy. How many leg locks do you see in MMA? Not a great deal. Push him away, stand up. I find that's a good option. I had a question. Why don't we see the fancy guards like Spider Guard, K Guard, X Guard in MMA? Well, you don't see them the way you do in a jiu-jitsu match. In a jiu-jitsu match, you can hold on to the gi, stall in those positions for a prolonged period of time, and it gives you a very weird idea about the way fights should happen. So he's in my guard, he's putting pressure on me. He worked to get in this position with a takedown. He's gonna work to stay here. So very quickly, I'm gonna move here. This is a modified spider guard. I'm gonna push. I'm going to move into a butterfly guard. I'm going to attempt to sweep. He is not gonna have that, so he's gonna stand up here. And I'm gonna switch to an X guard and get up off of that. So how quickly does that actually happen in a fight? Very quickly. It's usually categorized as a scramble when the commentators are talking about it. Okay, or how about K-guard? We can do the same sort of thing, right? Now, a lot of people are using this to set up triangles and leg locks and so on. That's great, I love that stuff. But essentially what I'm doing is making a frame here, pushing him away. If he starts standing up, where I start forcing the get up off of it, great, that's an option. Let's break that one down. So I'm making a frame here. I'm raising my hips. I've got this hooked. For a few moments, I can buy myself time where I'm not going to get punched in the face too badly because I'm keeping his fists away from me. So he's going to know not to do that. I'm gonna bring this under here, start elevating. Now, start my get up. Just start standing up with that leg in tow. Okay? So, oh yeah, up kicks. I was gonna show you my favorite up kick of all. Standing fighter versus down fighter situation. Make sure you understand what guard retention is. If not, you're toast. Okay? I'm gonna put a little space between him and me. Okay? If he gives me this space, if he grants me this space, and I can get to a position where my lead foot is in between his legs or close to his lead foot, we get a nice up kick from there. Okay? Without an opponent, that's what it's gonna look like. Get up options. Understand how to get up off your back. That is, in my opinion, your number one priority in an MMA fight. I know a lot of people are very excited about playing guard, and in the sport of jiu-jitsu, that's fine. If that's your plan, do it. But, man, your priority when damage is on the line, get back up on your feet where you can use your most powerful weapons. Thank you for watching. Now get out there and train.
Brought to you by xmartial.com. Use my code Ramsey10 for 10% off everything. That's xmartial.com. High quality training gear and fight apparel.